For as long as I can remember, I loved dressing up in girls' clothing and women's clothing. One of my favorite memories was sliding my little delicate feet into my mother's beautiful red high heels and walking around smiling and giggling. My mom captured that moment in a photo, and I've carried it in my heart and my memory ever since, feeling delighted at the joy that spread across my face. As I continued to grow, my love for women's clothing continued to exist. A part of me knew that there was something about this that I needed to hide away from the rest of the world to keep myself safe, to not offend them, to keep the peace. So I did. And as I continued to grow, this desire to wear women's clothing continued to exist within me. And the older I got, the more I realized I also felt different. I felt like I was a woman on the inside, but my body didn't match. And this was very upsetting, and I had to live with this hidden secret for so long. I feared no one would understand, no one would accept me. There would be nowhere that I belonged. One day I realized that even though I may not be able to share this part of me with others, I could at least dabble in this side of me on my own, in the privacy of my own home when I was by myself. And every time I dressed and presented female, I felt whole. I felt complete. It felt like the most natural thing in the world. I felt more like me. So I continued on my journey, discovering more and more about me and this side of me, this femininity, embracing her, playing, learning about makeup, clothing, shoes, everything I needed to know, the colors that looked the best on me, playing with hair ideas. It was all so fun, so exhilarating. Eventually, I was like, you know what? I need to live this way every day for myself because I am a woman and I need to be a woman. I also knew how kind-hearted I am, that I am a beautiful soul, and I work tirelessly. I've dedicated my life taking care of others, sacrificing myself for them. But now is the time that I live for me. So I began to transition and living my life as a woman full time. This is expensive though. To receive the surgeries that I want to have costs thousands and thousands of dollars, plus the recovery time. I felt so frustrated that money was the thing holding me back from being myself completely. And I was saving and I was staying positive and hopeful, but some days just got me down, feeling like it would always be out of reach, always so far in the future, always a one day. So as I continued my transition, I longed for the chance for my medical procedures that would give me a more fulfilling life. But until that day happened, I did my best, being me, being her. And then one fateful day, I was going about my usual routine, and I decided that I was going to buy a lottery ticket, just on a whim. Seemed like fun. I had no idea how this simple act would change my life forever. I almost had forgotten that I even bought the lottery ticket. And then one day, I was sitting watching TV, and I was watching a show about somebody who won the lottery, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a ticket. I need to check it. So I checked my lottery ticket, and in a state of shock and disbelief. I had the matching numbers. I won the lottery jackpot, a staggering sum of money that would allow me to afford any medical treatment I desired. Tears of joy streamed down my face as I realized that my dream was finally within reach, that it was going to happen. I could have all of the surgeries that I wanted. I could get everything I wanted to live my life as me. Without wasting a moment, I began researching the best doctors and medical facilities that specialized in the surgeries I wanted. And after consulting with several experts, I found a renowned surgeon that promised to deliver beautiful results. And with my newfound wealth, I underwent the surgeries with gratitude, with hope in my heart, and courage in my soul. The procedures were a success. They worked wonderfully. I looked beautiful. The results were incredible. And I felt a sense of freedom I had never known before. I felt like me, mind, body, and soul. I spent the days dancing with unbridled joy. And this led me to finding my gorgeous girlfriend, because I walked through my days with joy and gratitude and confidence. And I met this girl. We had an instant connection, intense chemistry. And days fell into weeks, into months, into years. And today is just a regular Wednesday. And we're sitting on the couch, just making out. And as she looks at me and her hands explore my body,